Hi, welcome to my video on arithmetic sequences, part 5. Some extra problems. I'm going to do some extra problems on arithmetic sequences. The sequence in each question is arithmetic. The level 1 difference is always constant. That means the level 1 difference is always the same. So number 1, find the value of x in this sequence. And again, as in working all the questions, pause the video and work this answer out first and see if you're right. I always do that. So level 1 difference, 8 minus 2 is 6. And 3x plus 5. Subtract 8 becomes 3x minus 3. So this is the level 1 differences, and these level 1 differences are equal. So that means that 3x minus 3 equals 6. 3x equals 6 plus 3. We keep the x's on the left side and the numbers on the right side. Negative 3 moved over to become a plus. 3x equals 9. Divide by 3. So x equals 3. And if we put 3 back in here, if we put 3 in the place of x, 3 times 3 is 9. 9 plus 5 is 14. So that means 14 minus 8 is 6. So x3 is correct. Now we have another one to do. We have, this is an arithmetic sequence. So z, 20x plus 50, g, h. And the first level difference right here is x minus 8 for these two, and the level difference between these two is k, and the level difference between these two is 6x plus 2. And because it's arithmetic, that means that we have, this is d1, that's d1 and d1, and they're all equal. So that means that x minus 8 is equal to 6x plus 2. So x minus 6x equals 2 plus 8. Negative 5x equals 10. Divide by negative 5, and x becomes negative 2. So we take the negative 2 and sub it back into place of x. So we put a negative 2 in the place of x, that becomes negative 13. If we put a negative 2 in the place of x, we get negative 12. Oh, negative 13. How do we get 13 there? Negative 8. Add on negative 2, negative 8 is negative 10. So we got a negative 12 plus 2 is negative 10. Since all the differences are equal, that means that k must be negative 10. So this is a negative 10, this is a negative 10, and this term here is a negative 10. So we have negative 20x plus 50. So if we take x equals negative 2 and sub it into this expression, that should give us the value of the term of this expression. So that's 40, negative times negative positive, 40 plus 50, so that's a 90. So that means that this term is 90. Now 90 subtract what number gives you negative 10, and that must be 100. Let's check that. 90 subtract e equals negative 10. So negative e equals negative 10 minus 90. Negative e equals negative 100. Divide by negative 1. And e is 100. And notice that 90 subtract 100 gives you negative 10. Notice this is going down. So that's 90. This must be an 80. Because 80 subtract 90 is negative 10. And go down again. So that must be a 70. 70 subtract 80 is negative 10. So E is, sum it up, E is 100. G is 80. H is 70. Make that a 7 there now. And we found k right at the beginning, and k was negative 10. So again, the question is designed to be a little bit different to help you think about arithmetic sequences. And we have a couple more to do. Each sequence is arithmetic, and that means that the D1 difference is constant. So what we have here is 7 subtract x. That's the difference. And right here we have x squared. Let's do this separately. Let's take this term, which is x squared plus 2, and subtract 7. So that's x squared minus 5. So this difference is x squared minus 5. Notice now that this is the level 1 difference. So that means that x squared minus 5 must equal 7 minus x. And again, the difference between the terms has got to be the same. So we'll work this out. But notice we have a quadratic. The previous one we had a linear. So for quadratic, we move all terms to the left side. X squared plus x minus 5 minus 7. Because we have a quadratic x squared, we make it equal to 0. So x squared plus x minus 12 equals 0. And a quadratic has two factors because of x squared. There's two values of x. So x squared is x and x. We have the product is the product is negative 12, and the sum is 1. So factors of 12 are 6, or 12 times 1, 6 times 2, and 4 times 3. So the product is 12, so it's got to be one of these pairs, and the sum is a plus 1. Since the product is negative, we have to have a plus and a minus when we multiply. So what factors will multiply to give you 12 and add to give you 1? It has to be the 4 and the 3. 12 and 1 will add to give you 13, or subtract to give you 11. They'll either add here to give you 8 or subtract to give you 4. So 4 and 3. So it has to be positive 4, negative 3. Multiply these two. Plus 4 minus 3 is negative 12. Add plus 1. That means x plus 4 equals 0. That means x is equal to negative 4, or x minus 3 is equal to 0. X is equal to 3. So we have two sets of answers. So let's look at when x is equal to negative 4. So if we look at x equals negative 4, then this sequence becomes x is negative 4, 7. And we put a negative 4 in the place of x right here. So negative 4 squared is 16, plus 2 is 18. So that's one sequence. Now, if we deal with when x is 3, let's see what happens. So if x is 3, so that means we got a 3, we have a 7, and 3 squared, x is 3, 3 squared is 9, 9 plus 2 is 11. So notice we have two different sequences that will fit this because of the quadratic. And notice that 7 subtract 4, that's 11. And 18 subtract 7 is 11, so that's a constant difference of 11. And right here, 7 subtract 3 is 4. 11 subtract 7 is 4. So these are constant, these are arithmetic sequences. But there's two of them because of the x squared quadratic. Again, we haven't factored a quadratic before, but we have done lots of quadratics in our units. Check back. Always good to keep reviewing. This is why I make up questions, to do a review, to recall what we learned earlier. Now let's have a look at find the equation as Tn equals An plus B for this. And again, it's an arithmetic sequence with a level 1 difference. So let's get the difference here. So this is 4x minus 2x. So let's work that out. 4x minus 2x gives us 2x. So this level 1 difference is 2x. Now let's do this one. What about 3x plus 6 subtract 4x? So that gives us 3x, and negative 4x is negative x plus 6. So this is a negative x plus 6. And again, this is a level 1 difference, and they're constant. So that means that 2x is equal to negative x plus 6. 2x plus x equals 6. The negative x moves to the left, become a plus. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3x is 6. Divided by 3. And x equals 2. So if x equals 2, that means, let's see what the sequence is. If x is 2, put a 2 here. 2 times 2 is 4. Put a 2 here. 4 times 2 is 8. And put a 2 here. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 6 is 12. So this is the sequence. But we don't want, yes, we need the terms of the sequence in order to get this equation. So therefore, we will have to get 8 minus 4 is 4. 12 minus 8 is 4. So D1 difference is 4. The first term of the sequence is also happens to be a 4. So the equation Tn is T1 plus n minus 1 times D. So T1 is 4 plus n minus 1 times the difference, which is 4. And that's 4 plus 4 times n is 4n. Negative 1 times 4 is negative 4. The 4's cancel out, so we get a 4n. So the equation is Tn equals 4n. And Tn equals 4n. Let's check. When n is 1, 4 times 1 is 4. When n is 2, 4 times 2 is 8. When n is 3, 4 times 3 is 12. And again, this is the equation that represents this sequence. So we had to find the level 1 difference, get the value of x, plug it back in to get the terms, and then work out the equation as Tn equals an plus b using this equation here. So there's 4 questions. That's a little bit different than the thinking. And again, in math, it's the thinking process that we have to conquer. So we have to think about the question and what's given and what we got to find. And the more questions we do in math, my thing is, the more you do, the more you practice, the better you get. And the more questions you get, you combining different units, the better you get in math. And if you like my video, click the like button, subscribe button. Visit my website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to find more information about me, my videos, and the content. And that's the content on my YouTube channel called Math Fully Explained. Thank you for viewing my video. Bye-bye.